Top 4 Villains in Squid Game, Seasons 1 and 2. Who's the worst of them all? Let's kick things off with the first villain, rapper Thanos, player 230. This guy? He's the definition of arrogance and ruthlessness. During the red light, green light game, he somehow gets his hands on a happy little pill, pop it in, and boom, he's a whole new person. To him, everyone's moving in slow motion, and his darkest instincts take control. Without even blinking, he shoves 3 people right in front of him, basically signing their death warrants. Fast forward to the Find Your Partner game. While everyone else is sweating bullets, Thanos is out here dancing like he's at a club, not a death game. Why? Because he's already cooked up what he thinks is a foolproof plan. When the game announces the number 4, there are 5 people in his group. Without a second thought, he points at one of them and shouts, "You! Out!" The guy he points to is frozen in shock. I mean, he's one of Thanos' biggest fans, and now he's being thrown to the wolves. But in this brutal game, loyalty? It's worth less than a used tissue. Thanos coldly kicks his fan to the curb and leads the remaining 3 into the next room. Then he puts on this whole act. "You heartless monsters, how could you abandon my fan?" As soon as he says it, bam! Gunshots ring out outside. Yeah, you can guess what happens next. Thanos dramatically widens his eyes and wails, "My dear Kyung-soo." But here's the kicker. This whole blame-shifting act comes after he brutally beats up player 333, the shady currency dealer. Why? Because 333 scammed him, leaving Thanos with a jaw-dropping 1.19 billion in debt. With this brutal act, Thanos makes it clear, cross him and you're done for. In the next Squid Game round, the number is 3. Thanos starts scheming again. He manipulates Samee and Minsu, forcing them to play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets to stay with him. Even though Samee is tough, she doesn't dare challenge him or ask, "Why don't you leave?" Minsu, scared and clueless, quickly throws scissors and wins the chance to survive. But when the number drops to 2, Thanos doesn't hesitate. He coldly ditches Minsu and heads into the room with Namkyu. To Thanos, friends aren't for bonding. They're just pawns to sacrifice when things get tough. His followers, fully aware of his cruelty, still cling to him for protection. Thanos knows exactly how to play people. But hey, as the saying goes, every villain meets their match. The more people follow Thanos, the more enemies he makes. Player 333, the currency guy, is seething with hatred. After all, Thanos publicly humiliated him and beat him to a pulp. 333 bides his time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. During one confrontation, Thanos overpowers 333, pinning him down and delivering a brutal beating. But here's the twist. He underestimates the sheer will of a man out for revenge. As Thanos chokes him, 333 grabs a fork and stabs back without a second thought. The blow is fatal, and just like that, Thanos meets his end. Moral of the story? Don't get too cocky, or karma will come for you. Now let's move on to the second villain, player 1, Hwang In-ho, the mastermind behind the entire game. To stop player 456, Gi-hun, from destroying the game, In-ho joins the competition himself. In the 5-legged race game, In-ho, who's left-handed, deliberately uses his right hand to spin the top. This isn't random. It's a cold, calculated move to pressure Gi-hun by cutting the game time short. In the final moments of the shuttlecock challenge, basically a high-stakes game of hacky-sack, Gi-hun, feeling the pressure, kicks it way too far. Just as time is about to run out, In-ho swiftly extends his leg and catches it, securing their victory at the last second. This act convinces Gi-hun that In-ho is a hero, someone who'd risk his life to save others. But In-ho's motives run deeper. He needs to extract Gi-hun's plan to destroy the game. In the third game, Find Your Partner, Jang Geum-ja is heartlessly abandoned by her own son, who chooses survival over family. Left to die, she's on the verge of despair when In-ho and Gi-hun show up. They bring her into the room, saving her life just as the countdown ends. This act solidifies Gi-hun's belief that In-ho is a good person. After all, In-ho had previously subdued the arrogant Thanos, earning the admiration of many players. But here's the twist. In-ho's true goal is to gain Gi-hun's trust and uncover his plan. Gi-hun falls right into the trap, revealing his strategy. During a riot, he plans to fake his death, steal the guards' weapons, and storm the game's headquarters to destroy it once and for all. The boss of the Squid Game, Hwang In-ho, finally uncovers Gi-hun's plan and reveals his true colors. He starts by killing 2 players. Then, using a walkie-talkie, he makes Gi-hun hear the agonizing screams of his teammates. tricking Gi-hun into thinking In-ho is also in danger. Next, In-ho changes into the manager's uniform, puts on a black mask, and transforms into the big boss, giving orders like a pro. He orders all the red guards to mobilize, subdues the players, and captures Gi-hun. Then, In-ho points a gun at the head of Gi-hun's childhood friend and snarls, "Let me show you what happens to heroes." Without hesitation, he pulls the trigger. Gi-hun's friend collapses in a pool of blood. In-ho is the ultimate schemer. He successfully gains Gi-hun's trust, prevents the game from being sabotaged, and manipulates Gi-hun effortlessly. Absolutely terrifying. Now let's move on to the third villain. In Season 1 of Squid Game, there's one guy who makes everyone's blood boil. Jang Deok-soo, player 101. This guy is a ruthless bully with no morals. He even beats women in public. Disgusting behavior, right? Deok-soo stole money from his gang boss and fled to the Philippines to gamble, only to lose it all. Now, he's a fugitive from his gang and has no choice but to join the Squid Game. During the game, he brutally beats player 67, Kang Se-byuk, a pickpocket who had stolen from him in the outside world to support her younger brother. When players are transported to the game dormitory, they're drugged unconscious. But Se-byuk is no ordinary player. She manages to stay slightly awake. While everyone's knocked out, Se-byuk sneaks a small knife into a guard's pocket. After changing clothes, she cleverly retrieves it and hides it in her sleeve. So Deok-soo's misfortune wasn't just bad luck. Se-byuk is sharp and resourceful. Even after being beaten by Deok-soo, Se-byuk's eyes burn with defiance. This only angers Deok-soo more. He grabs her by the neck and kicks her to the ground, shocking everyone watching. From that moment, everyone knows, don't mess with this guy. The more people fear him, the more arrogant he becomes. During mealtime, he takes an extra portion, leaving other players hungry. One player, desperate and starving, tries to steal food from Deok-soo. A bottle of soda spills, and Deok-soo loses it. He brutally kicks the player, yelling, "You skinny rat! How dare you steal from me? Go to hell!" Deok-soo repeatedly kicks the player, eventually killing him. But even the toughest villains have weaknesses. Player 222, Han Min-yo, is a pragmatic woman. She knows she can't survive alone, so she approaches Deok-soo, flattering him. "You're so handsome, Appa. Let me join your team." Deok-soo looks her up and down with a sleazy grin. "You can join, but first, you'll have to pay the price. Consider it an entry fee." Disgusted but desperate, Min-yo agrees. After their encounter in the bathroom, she warns him, "If you break your promise, I'll make you pay." In the high-stakes tug-of-war game, the losing team gets their rope cut, sending them plummeting to their deaths. Deok-soo, desperate to survive, coldly betrays Min-yo. He mocks her. "What use are you, a woman? You think you can seduce the other team? With those wrinkles?" Min-yo's world shatters. She clings to Deok-soo, begging, "Appa, I can't survive without you. You promised to protect me." But Deok-soo shoves her to the ground, yelling, "Stop clinging to me, you're pathetic." Little does he know, this betrayal will have dire consequences. In the glass bridge game, players must step on the correct panels to cross safely. One wrong step, and they fall to their death. Deok-soo hopes the player ahead of him gets lucky, but no. The player steps on the wrong panel and plummets. Now, Deok-soo is terrified. Half the bridge remains, and there's no one left to test the path. He refuses to be the test subject and yells, "Hey, you idiots, I'm not going first, someone else do it." No one dares to step up, and the group is stuck in a tense standoff. Suddenly, Han Min-yo pushes past the people in front of her and declares she'll go first. But no one expected what happened next. She grabs Jang Deok-soo by the waist and snarls, "Did you really think I'd die for you?" Deok-soo panics. He knows what Min-yo is about to do, but he can't break free from her grip. Min-yo, seething with rage, screams, "I told you before, if you betrayed me, you'd pay with your life." Deok-soo is terrified now. Trembling, he pleads, "I was wrong before. Please let me go." Min-yo sneers at him. "You know what? You're pathetically small down there." With that, she clings to Deok-soo, and together, they fall to their deaths. Deok-soo was the type who thought brute force could solve everything, but in the end, his own actions led to his downfall. The final villain of Squid Game is Cho Sang-woo, player 218. He's a master of deception, seemingly harmless on the surface, but cunning and ruthless at his core. Sang-woo grew up as Gi-hun's neighbor, and the two were close friends who often played together. As an adult, Sang-woo attended a prestigious university and landed a job at a Fortune 500 company. His future seemingly bright, but no one could have predicted that greed would consume him. He embezzled company funds to invest in stocks, only to lose everything. Now, he's drowning in a staggering 6 billion won of debt, which pushes him further into the depths of despair. In the marbles game, each player is given 10 marbles and paired up. The goal is to win all of your opponent's marbles, and the method is left to the player's discretion. Sang-woo is cunning. He chooses a kind-hearted player, Ali, player 199. Ali had saved Gi-hun's life during the red light green light game, and Sang-woo noticed this. He decides to exploit Ali's kindness, manipulating him to advance in the game. In Season 1, there was a vote to end the game, and surprisingly, over half the players chose to leave. The organizers honored the decision and sent the players back to the mainland. In the dead of night, Gi-hun and Kang Se-byuk were stripped and dumped on the streets. But Sang-woo insisted on being sent out with Ali. Why? He knew Ali had lost his fingers in an industrial accident and hadn't received compensation, leaving him in poverty. Sang-woo gave Ali money for the trip home, making himself Ali's savior. When the players returned to the game, Ali remained deeply grateful to Sang-woo, treating him like an older brother. So, in the marbles game, Sang-woo easily partnered with Ali. Sang-woo thinks Ali's innocence will be his undoing. He suggests playing a game of odds and evens with the marbles. Ali, a foreigner, doesn't fully understand the concept, and Sang-woo secretly rejoices, thinking this is his chance to win. But fate favors Ali, and he wins most of the marbles. Sang-woo is left with only 3. At this rate, even if Ali guesses randomly, he could take all of Sang-woo's marbles. But Ali is too kind-hearted. He can't bear to see Sang-woo lose everything, especially since Sang-woo had helped him before. He suggests switching partners, not wanting to eliminate his benefactor. Sang-woo, prideful and arrogant, sees this as an insult to his intelligence. He snaps, "Stop wasting time, just play." But he loses again. Now down to his last marble, Sang-woo snaps at Ali, "Are you cheating?" He grabs Ali by the collar. "How did you trick me? Tell me!" The guards, noticing the commotion, draw their guns and warn Sang-woo to back off. Terrified, Sang-woo drops to his knees, begging Ali to spare him and share some marbles. But Ali has his own family to think of. He must survive. He can't grant Sang-woo's request. Sang-woo, ever the manipulator, starts talking about how other pairs might end in a tie, and the organizers would then arrange a group match. He suggests they should gather information on which pairs are likely to tie. To win Ali's trust, Sang-woo even gives him his last marble, pretending to be sincere. Ali thinks to himself, "Sang-woo is still a good person. He wouldn't betray me." As Ali prepares to gather information, Sang-woo stops him. "Leave the marbles with me. I'm worried someone might steal them." Ali, unsuspecting, hands over the marbles. Sang-woo takes off his shirt, wraps the marbles in it, and ties the bundle tightly around Ali's neck. But when Ali returns, he finds Sang-woo long gone, the bundle around his neck filled with nothing but pebbles. In the end, Ali pays with his life for Sang-woo's selfishness. Once humanity falls into the abyss of greed, there's no climbing back out. In the glass bridge game, Sang-woo, desperate to win, pushes the player in front of him to test the path, successfully reaching the other side. When Gi-hun witnesses this, it ignites his fury. In the final Squid game, Gi-hun fights with everything he has and emerges as the champion. All of Sang-woo's efforts turn into a cruel mockery. He thinks of Ali and the other players he betrayed. Their lives now haunt him like knives piercing his heart. Overwhelmed by guilt and despair, he chooses to end his own life. This concludes our Squid Game Villains special. Who do you think was the most evil player or character? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.